Good afternoon, y'all. It's Eloise at Southern Horizon Nursery. So today I am going to be transplanting this 4-inch pot of this Adenium abesum, or desert rose. This is an exotic color. We did just get these in, and I'm probably going to end up keeping this one, to be honest, which is why I'm going to put it in this pot without a drain hole. Because it doesn't have a drain hole, I will only be watering it maybe once or twice a week, depending on the location I place it in. The more sun they get, the more they'll flower and bloom for you, the more vibrant the color will be for you. But you also have to watch your watering, because this needs water, which is why the leaves are up like that, because generally the leaves are a little bit more spaced. I did put up a reel showing some different ones, and I think this is the really dark one with orange. I'm anxious to see. So naturally these things want to get massive, and I mean massive in the ground. They are originally from South Africa. I never recommend that you put one in the ground. For one, they can't take our temperatures in the winter. They can only take about to 65 degrees, I think it is. And at that, you're pushing it. It's probably going to freeze. So I always advise keep it in a pot. You can grow it in a bright light situation, not direct sun. It will probably do good for you there, but I have had a lot of customers tell me that theirs don't bloom prolifically like mine. I don't understand why, because mine at home are on my patio in the back. Okay, so we're going to go over how to take this apart, how to bury it to get this caudix to grow a bit wider without so much of a stretch. So hang on, let me rearrange the camera after I tell you. I'm going to also be putting into the soil, it's a mix of biotone, rose tone, and flower tone from Espoma. They're Espoma products. Y'all know I use those all the time. If you want to help the blooms along, use your BR61 once a week. That's just a bloom booster. The potting soil I'm using is nothing special. It's the Landscaper's Pride potting mix that I carry here. So 1 second. Okay. I have it set up to where you guys can see more or less the top view of what I'm doing. So let me tip this like this. We're going to put some of this soil into the bottom of the pot, and then we're going to break it up. We still want to be sure to pack it down. Air bubbles in the soil are detrimental to your plants, the root of your plant. Now typically what you can do at this point is, after you take the plant out of the container, which you see it wants to come out by itself. See, the root is pushing against the pot. So you can break that up a little bit. Or you can always, to keep it planted where it's at, drop your container, let me lay that down, into your pot. And keep it flush with the lip of the new pot. So you just add your soil in all around. A lot of people find this easier. Try to break up any clumps. This Landscaper's Pride has more sand in it, compost, all the good things. It's a good mix. I like it. I use it a lot here, as you've noticed. It does have a couple of bigger chunks if you want a finer, which I don't really mind, because the root system doesn't really mind either. That's a debate for another day, which I will not be having. So if this plant had a bunch of leaves at the base, I would fill it all the way up to the top of the pot, right there. But because it's so open at the bottom. I'm going to leave it like that, and I'll fill in the top that way I can pack it in properly. So you just give it a little shake, pull straight out, and you can see that it left the hole. So now I'm going to take my tone products, give it a good sprinkle. I am going to break up some of this dirt, soil, whatever. Look at that. It's a pretty codex right there. And I'm going to drop it in. Again, I am not very gentle with my plants. I'm exposing a little bit of the root on top because I want them to thicken up and give me a really good design. Like a bonsai kind of. Some people will actually cut off the top like that so it can grow a new stalk. These are not grafted, these are exotic seeds. They were grown from a grower. One of my growers came by the other day with a whole truck. Actually, he came by twice that day. So we did some shopping. Hang on. Okay. Just to make it look a little bit nicer, I'm going to stick some of this moss on top of it. I don't want to sit it right against the trunk because I don't want it to rot the trunk. Same thing goes for if you're using mulch around your plants. Give a little room away from the trunk so it doesn't rot out your trunks on your plants. You need room to breathe. Okay, now I'm going to water it. You can also mist it if you had a spray bottle after you watered it in. There we go. Now I'm not going to water it again for the rest of the week. And when I do go to water it again, I will be sure to check the soil with either my finger, so I'll stick it in there, see how wet it is, or I'll get a bamboo stick and I'll stick that in there and see how wet it comes out. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe and be kind. Happy planting.